Well, his entrance was unbelievable, and his dance weren't bad either at times. Got a big score there, and followed it up with a double tops to Neil Ruddock. He and Phil Taylor have beaten Anastasia and Steve Davis by 3 legs to 1. He loved it. Here are the two celebs with Janie.
Steve, I've got to ask you first, how difficult is it for you to keep your concentration when you've got a man like this whooping the crowd into a frenzy?
I was having myself there, wasn't I? I was having myself a little bit.
Well, I thought it was great. I mean, it was exciting. But funnily enough, I wondered what it was going to be like to play in front of a crowd like that was obviously noisy. But actually, I found that sort of like you could get rid of that noise. You know, you could still concentrate. And sometimes it may be harder if they were deadly quiet, because that sort of adds to that. But you're up there and you think, oh, great. But it's still not your arm when you throw. Do you know what? I mean, there was only one go I threw. I felt as if I was actually throwing darts that I've practiced. The rest of it was somebody else's arm throwing them. He did great, though. What a check-out. I mean, that's not supposed to happen. It was like a dagger to our hearts. It's terrible.
I've got to ask you about the 140, though. Was that the moment you're talking about, that it really felt like you were playing proper darts?
No, the 3. No, it was, yeah. I tell you, it was the only moment where I actually felt totally in control, or at least a little bit in control. And it was a nice feeling, but some of the others, I didn't really help Anastasia, who played great. She made a great 88 checker. That was fantastic. But she was carrying the weight of a player that was a little bit under spec, but he was still. It doesn't matter what he did after checking out with that double top.
Well, it all started with walking, didn't it? I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, I'm such a show-off sometimes. my mum's proud of me. But what you said about quietness, when I played football, it was the noise. When it's quiet, it's the worst thing in the world. It's the hardest thing in the world. The silence, so you have to get the crowd going to.
You certainly did, and when you got the double top, oh, mate.
I know, I am just brilliant. Thank you. I just thank you, Dennis Priestley, for my flights you sent me. I need some more because they're all broken, Dennis.
So, fair to say you've both had fun?
Yeah.
It's great, it is great.
Phil was okay, wasn't he? Phil was all right.
He's all right, you know. I mean, what's he won in the game? But it is like, for me, as I said earlier, it's like to play with Phil Taylor is like playing with Tiger Woods or playing in the Brazil team. It's, the best player in the world, and just be up there and the same in the Anastasia, the Lady World Champ, to be up there and him, he weren't bad at snooker either.
I tell you what, to stand up on stage and then Phil Taylor was introduced, one of the legends of British sport, a 13-time, you could argue, the best sporting legend there's ever been in the UK. Nobody has ever won as many world titles. Doesn't matter whether you think snooker, darts, whatever, table tennis is a sport. They're all sports and competitive. 13 times.
Trust me, it is. I thought it was an easy game.
Great to clap him.
I thought it was an easy game, in the pub with the lads at the Welcome Stranger. I know you're all watching, but to get up there and do it, you've got to be a sportsman, and you've got to have the everything really to go and do it, because it is tough up there. It's horrible. It's silent. Everybody's looking at you. It's horrible, and I can't count either, which is no good.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Very entertaining.
Thank you very much indeed, and I'll be back. You can go home because you're out.
Thank you.
Very generous in victory, Razor Ruddock. He needs to stay sharp for a semi-final. It will be Taylor and Ruddock against Mardle and Lavelle. We have our first semi-final. Next up for us tonight, it is the former world javelin record holder and Olympic silver medalist. Should be decent with an arrow. It's Steve Backley.
Javelin star Steve is the only British track and field athlete to win medals in 3 consecutive Olympics. And since retiring in 2004, he has skated to success in dancing on ice. But from athletics to the arrows, will his throwing style suit the hockey?
Nice moves alongside Steve Backley, the machine from Aldershot, the winner of 6 PDC Pro Tour events and the number 3 seed in the Grand Slam. James Wade partners Steve. Here they both are with Janie.
James Wade and Steve Backley. James, you boys are taking this seriously, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, me and Steve now have been practicing for 3 weeks, about 2 hours a day. Been doing really well.
That's some regime.
What
Talk us through. What's the truth? What's the truth?
Yeah. So you are? Oh, you're James. Oh yeah. We met earlier. James gave me my implement, my new mini javelins.
Yeah.
And we're new best friends now. Yeah. We're he stabbed myself. The dart and James, top boy. I think we might need a bit of his skill tonight though to carry me along.
Any nerves?
Sorry to say.
Any nerves?
I'm all right for now. This is very different to up on the stage, isn't it? You know, being out there, the lights are on, the crowd's behind you.
Yeah.
These boys are comfy, but it's a test for us, boys.
James, give him a word of advice. What would be your one word of advice for him?
Don't panic.
Too late. It's too late.
We'll leave it at that. Well done,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now Backley and Wade are up against Peter Manley in his continental-sized pink shirt and a man called David Elliott. Here's Janie to tell us a little bit more about the man they call Devilfish.
Known worldwide as Devilfish, David is one of poker's most famous characters and a World Series of Poker bracelet winner. The most successful British poker player, he has won over $5 million in 15 years. Will he walk away with the cash tonight?
Devilfish up alongside Peter Manley, who hasn't quite made it to the Grand Slam. He's off on his holidays to Tenerife with his missus tomorrow instead. But we'll do the business tonight as always. Ranks of 13 in the PDC. It's Devilfish and one dart, and both have had a word with our reporter.
Devilfish and one dart. Blimey, what a combination. What do you make of, first of all, what do you make of him?
Well, you know, I came down and had dinner with me the other night. He had about 4 starters and a nice big meal, so I know I can eat all right. I've got my belly going here a little bit. I've grown the belly, look, ready. But I'm really bad at darts. But he's a great guy. I love him. Nice guy.
What words of advice have you given him so far? Yeah, what words of advice have you given him so far?
Well, I've been round, and as I say, I've been round to Dave's, and we've had a little practice together, and he's got cardboard around the dartboard. It was a major concern, but he did inform me that it was 3 weeks ago. There's more holes in the cardboard than there is in the dartboard, but he's gone from there, and he's something else now. We're going full bore for this. We're taking this seriously. I think we can both win it.
That's a scary amount of preparation. I think you boys might be the ones to watch.
Well, actually, we haven't done a lot of practice because we don't think we really need it, you know. I'm actually terrible at darts. I mean, my dad used to play darts with me when I was a kid, but he actually used to put the darts in my mouth and throw the dartboard at my head, you know, so that wasn't a lot of good. But, you know, I mean, when I was a young kid, you got to understand, I used to hustle, but it was pool and snooker. There was never any money in darts. It was a pound of bitter, you know, you can see. So I never bothered with darts, but I put about 30 minutes practicing since they told me about 2 weeks ago. So they better watch out. I think we'll sneak up and get them. I'm only ever any good under pressure at anything. So,
well, good luck tonight, boys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Two boys with a look of the indoors about them. Manley and Elliott up against Backley and Wade. Match 3 of our Pro Celebrity Challenge at the Civic Hall in Wolverhampton is coming right up.